would I love if my dad and I were closer? There are no words. He was the first love of my life, but sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to, and I can love unconditionally without reciprocal. And I think my dad does love me, so that's what I tend to believe, even though we don't talk as often as I would like or see each other as often as I would like.
Few family sagas in Hollywood have captured the public imagination quite like that of Ryan and Tatum O'Neal. Their Oscar-winning collaboration in Paper Moon marked the beginning of their story, which has been characterized by decades of estrangement and attempts at reconciliation. Join us as we look into the heart-wrenching tale of the O'Neals, exploring the highs, lows, and controversial chapters of this Hollywood family drama. The O'Neals' tumultuous history. The O'Neal family saga is a Hollywood tale marked by highs and lows, a narrative that spans decades and generations. At the center of the storm stood Ryan O'Neal, a charismatic actor whose boyish good looks and undeniable talent catapulted him to stardom in the 60s and 70s. His rise to fame began with the hit soap opera Peyton Place, where he captured the hearts of viewers across America. His transition to the big screen was seamless, with critically acclaimed performances in films like Love Story and Paper Moon. As his star ascended, so did the complexity of his personal life. The actor's romantic entanglements were just as dramatic. His first marriage to Joanna Moore produced 2 children, Tatum and Griffin. The union was short-lived, marred by Moore's struggles with alcohol and substance abuse. Ryan's second marriage to actress Lee Taylor Young brought another son, Patrick, into the fold. But it was his tumultuous relationship with Farrah Fawcett that defined much of his later life and led to the birth of his youngest son, Redmond. As Ryan navigated the waters of fame and fatherhood, his children faced their own battles. Tatum, thrust into the limelight at a young age, grappled with the pressures of early stardom and a complicated relationship with her father. Griffin and Redmond both struggled with substance abuse issues, their troubles often splashed across tabloid headlines. Patrick, while generally more removed from the public eye, still felt the weight of the O'Neal legacy. Griffin O'Neal summed up the family's struggles with addiction in a 2015 interview. Quote, "My whole family has been absolutely destroyed to smithereens from drug addiction and alcoholism," he stated. "The common denominator is drugs and alcohol and depression, and it's a never-ending cycle. I had to walk away from all of it. I'm done." Despite occasional attempts at reconciliation and healing, the family's history continued to be marked by conflict and estrangement. Public feuds, tell-all books, and explosive interviews painted a picture of a family in constant turmoil. Tatum and Ryan's roller coaster relationship. The story began with a cinematic fairy tale when Ryan cast his 10-year-old daughter Tatum in the 1973 film Paper Moon. The on-screen chemistry between father and daughter was undeniable, captivating audiences and critics alike. Tatum's performance was so extraordinary, it earned her an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, making her the youngest competitive Oscar winner in history. But the glitter of their shared success soon began to tarnish. As Tatum transitioned from child star to young adult, the dynamics of their relationship shifted dramatically. The young actress struggled with the pressures of fame, battling substance abuse, and grappling with the emotional fallout of her parents' tumultuous relationship. Ryan, dealing with his own personal demons, often found himself at odds with his daughter. The 80s and 90s saw a prolonged period of estrangement between the two. Tatum's marriage to tennis star John McEnroe and subsequent divorce played out in the public eye, while Ryan's high-profile relationship with Farrah Fawcett further complicated family dynamics. During these years, communication between father and daughter was sparse, often limited to barbed comments in the press or revelations in tell-all memoirs. Tatum's 2004 biography, A Paper Life, laid bare the painful details of her childhood and her complicated relationship with her father. The book's publication deepened the rift between them, with Ryan vehemently disputing many of Tatum's claims. The public airing of their private grievances seemed to push any hope of reconciliation further out of reach. Yet, in a twist worthy of a Hollywood script, the pair attempted to mend their fractured relationship in the public eye. In 2011, they starred together in the reality series Ryan and Tatum, The O'Neals, which documented their efforts to reconnect after 25 years of estrangement. The show offered a raw, often uncomfortable look at their attempts to navigate years of hurt and misunderstanding. While the reality show didn't lead to an immediate fairy tale ending, it did mark the beginning of a cautious reconciliation. Over the following years, Tatum and Ryan made sporadic attempts to rebuild their bond, with varying degrees of success. Their relationship remained complex, marked by periods of warmth and understanding, interspersed with setbacks and misunderstandings. As Ryan's health declined in his later years, there were reports of a softening between father and daughter. Tatum spoke of visiting her father and of their shared desire to make amends for lost time. The final days and funeral arrangements. As the curtain began to fall on Ryan's storied life, the drama that had characterized his family dynamics for decades continued to play out. In his final days, the once vibrant star of Love Story found himself battling congestive heart failure, his health deteriorating rapidly. The man who had once commanded the silver screen with charm and good looks was now confined to a hospital bed. During this time, it was Ryan's son Patrick who stepped into the role of caretaker and decision-maker. As a Los Angeles sportscaster, Patrick had maintained a relatively low profile compared to his more notorious siblings. In recent years, he'd grown closer to his father, becoming a steady presence in Ryan's life as age and illness took their toll. As news of Ryan's declining health spread, the media spotlight once again turned to the O'Neal family. Speculation ran rife about potential reconciliations and last-minute reunions, but the reality behind closed doors was more complex. The years of estrangement and conflict had left deep scars. When Ryan passed away on December 8, 2023, at age 82, the task of arranging the funeral fell primarily to Patrick. The decision was made to hold a small, private ceremony, a stark contrast to the public life Ryan had led. The choice of venue was the Pierce Brothers Westwood Village Memorial Park and Mortuary in Los Angeles, the same place where his longtime partner Farrah had been laid to rest in 2009. The Shocking Exclusion. The intimate funeral service had barely concluded when a news storm of controversy erupted. The revelation that Tatum O'Neal, Ryan's eldest daughter and once his co-star, had been excluded from the funeral sent shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. The startling omission reignited public interest in the long-standing family drama. Tatum, who shared a volatile relationship with her father for decades, was reportedly blindsided by the decision. She had spoken publicly about her efforts at reconciliation. She expressed her love for her father and the importance of their reconciliation in a statement after his passing. Quote, "I feel great sorrow with my father's passing. He meant the world to me. I loved him very much and know he loved me too. I'll miss him forever, and I feel very lucky that we ended on such good terms." The exclusion seemed to contradict the narrative of healing and forgiveness that had been cautiously emerging in the media. Many expressed shock and dismay at what appeared to be a final, cruel snub to a daughter who had already endured so much pain in her relationship with her father. Others defended the family's right to privacy in their time of grief. Tatum maintained a dignified silence in the days following the funeral, her absence speaking volumes. Now it's time to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this family drama? Let us know in the comments section below.